Is sampling cheating? That is the question of today's video, and the answer is no. Because guess what? The fucking genre of hip hop was founded on sampling your favorite producers, the legendary producers like the GOATs, fucking Timbaland, Madlib, whoever, bro. Name any legend. Every single one of them sampled. Every single one. Now listen, I'm not the sworn guardian of sampling or anything, but in my personal, humble opinion, if as long as you credit the original person, composer, or whatever, whether it's fucking Joe Frank Jameson or a female composer or Stephanie Yoo-hoo, as long as you credit them, doesn't matter, just cut them in, and as long as they approve it, then what's the issue? So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be making a cool beat out of a sample that I find online, probably a video game sample, because that's been my vibe lately. I'm gonna layer some melodies on top of it, and I'm gonna show you guys this process, and like, you can take this so many ways, bro, I kid you not. It's literally my favorite. That's sometimes why I like prefer sampling over other stuff, because at the end of the project you have no idea what you're gonna come up with, and I love that about sampling. What I want to do is I want to go through on YouTube here and just find a sample, and I want to flip it in a way that doesn't sound like the original, layer some melodies on it and put some drums on it and see what I can come up with. Get this video to 4,000 likes. Get this video 4,000 likes. I'm gonna pick a bunch of random commenters to get my brand new drum kit, Cody 2021 V2 go-to drum. You'll see it in the video. So as far as finding samples, the possibilities are really endless. You could do this in a million ways. You could find samples anywhere. So I just went on YouTube and I typed in video game samples, and I found this one sample from Chrono Trigger. It's called Too Far Away Times by this person named Yasunori Mitsuda. Sorry if I butchered that, but this is a super dope sample. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this sample in. I'm just gonna cut off trim. This is a pretty easy way to actually like time a sample. Obviously, just tap out the BPM as you hear. And if you turn the metronome on, you'll be able to kind of hear. But what you want to always do, especially if you're trying to find the actual BPM of a sample, especially with these old things, I think this is from 95, stuff isn't always perfectly on BPM. The way you can check that is just go later in the sample and see if everything's still on time. As you can see, it's off here. This is good because you know you're in the right ballpark, but you kind of gotta tweak it a little bit. I'll come over here and just slowly start changing it like this. And if you want to be really accurate, you could do it towards the end of the sample. If everything's on time at the end, the beginning of the sample is definitely gonna be on time. On time. So there we go. We already have step one basically done. I don't want to export this with a weird BPM, 120.170. Your engineer's gonna fucking hate your guts, so don't do that to them. Come over here. I'm gonna stretch it, and what stretching it does is it just makes it just time stretch to whatever I had it at. So it was time stretched to 120.170. Now I can change it to whatever and it'd be on time. Now you got unlimited chopping capabilities. I'm gonna go probably over somewhere where there's less stuff going on. Check out different sections of the songs. That's something else you should do too, is always check out different sections of the song. But you can hear it gets a little bit more off time, so we're gonna have to fix that. You hear it hits like right here. I'm actually glad this happened. The best way to fix it is you would just chop, like right there for example. I'd hold Shift and Alt if you're on PC. I would chop that, cut this out, put it on stretch, and then just hold Alt and stretch it until it's on time. When you unstretch it here and you just pull it out, it'll be all on time again, so watch. Boom, perfect. So now we can get to the fun stuff, which is starting to edit this thing and changing it up. I'm just gonna bounce it as its own melody so I have more control over it. Put it on the mixer track, and I'm gonna add like a Valhalla plate or something just to give it a little more like room and depth and cut the low ends out. Let's try and add some melodies. I already like the way this is sounding. We'll be able to do more to this. I'll layer that, make this one unique so I have control over this, so this is separated. You can change the colors if you want to keep everything organized yourself. I'm gonna pitch this one up a whole octave just to see how it sounds. Actually down an octave. Stretch this, put it up to like 127. Speed up a little bit. I'm gonna try and put a counter melody on this. to do this hi-hat pattern, but I'm gonna probably do a couple different hi-hat patterns on this. I keep hearing this type of shit because of the bounce of this melody. What I want to really do, so I can have full control over this and kind of edit the 808s a little bit more and just give it that rhythm, that bounce. Then what we could do just to take it a step further is I'm gonna layer this. The way I'm gonna be able to do that is just by coming over here and seeing what their cut is on, and then you could just match that cut with here, and then I'm just gonna do the same shit I did on the other side and just put the hold on so I can kind of like mix and match where this 808 comes in. What I'll have to do is probably cut out some sections here, so let me hear. Nothing too crazy, you don't have to go overboard because you gotta think about like an artist is trying to get on this too if you're trying to get an artist on this beat. Let's actually stagnate these claps a little bit more, make this a little different. That's hard, I fuck with that. Let's flip these around, that shit yamming. Let's start laying this out because I hear kind of a cool arrangement. We'll start it out like this. I'm just gonna have this kind of come in a little early because I want this to have like a lot of sounds going on most of the time after the intro. So just to keep that energy up, get like a little double clap thing here. Same as the other part. For this intro part, since there's no 808s going on, there's no low end going on, I want to keep that low end that's in the sample. When the hook and the verse comes in, I'm going to take all that out, all the low end out, so it leaves room for the 808 and the sub bass I have in here, like this, each bridge, and then you got a full beat here, man. Little bat sound effects. I'm gonna add this in here too, just to give it like a little more character, like to the whole beat type thing. Do whatever you want, bro. I just wanted to fucking add this sound. I don't gotta justify the sounds I'm using. I can just fucking use them. I just use them. We're gonna bounce this, and I just like to make sure I have the name of the sample in there so that if the song gets placed with anybody or there's a song that comes out, I don't know what I'm saying. If somebody cuts the song, I want to be able to know when I look at the beat, like where the sample's from, obviously, so I can go back and clear the sample and all that stuff. Clearing and all that stuff, that's for you guys to kind of find out. I'm not no lawyer. I'm not going to give no lawyer advice for that stuff. But at the end of the day, just make sure you get clearance from whoever you sampled or whatever. Make sure they're cut in. Make sure you give them your team or whoever you deal with gives them paperwork because they deserve that. That is 100% for sure. They composed it. They helped you make this track. Without them, you wouldn't have been able to sample it. So pay respect where respect is due in the form of financial gain, because exposure ain't paying the bills. So to reel this whole thing back in, is sampling cheating? No, not in my opinion. The genre was founded on sampling, so there's your answer right there. Make sure you credit everybody. Hope you guys learned a little something as you guys watch this. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, sending a commenters, that drum kit, and join my Discord. Follow me on all socials. All that shit's linked in the description below. Give me ideas for some new videos, because I like doing these. Thank you guys.